life is an ever-swirling toilet that just won't flush. I don't think I can die.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Knize.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm, except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What's up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, January 9th, 2007. No, 18. Fuck! That is the first time all year I fucked up the date on anything at all. So,
you fucked up pretty good because you said
Made it 9 days.
I made it 9 whole days. Not bad, not bad.
We in 2007, y'all.
That's right. Yeah, I got myself out before the teen. This is episode number 408 of the PanelsOnPages.com podcast.
12 away, folks.
I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Knize.
Eat Martha Stewart's box.
Fucking hell. Jose Guzman.
January 9th, and I've already drove to Disney more than I wanted to.
You're live. And Kelly Harris.
Wearing rain boots to WrestleMania weekend so no one pisses on my feet.
Get some of them WrestleMania Mardi Gras goulashes.
We should all get them and like have them custom painted.
No lie.
Look like wrestling boots.
Me and Mary went to Target today, and they had a little end cap of Mardi Gras shirts, you know, like the yellow, purple, green shirts, and I was looking at them like, maybe?
That'd be fucking great. I thought about you, Jose, the other day. I was at Toys R Us, and over by like all the wrestling figures, they had like the belts and shit, which I don't know if you've seen or not, but they make like a nice high-end belt now.
Yeah, that they sell in the stores. They've made those for forever, but
Yeah, it's like what, like $100 one or something?
Yeah, like they're not quite the same as like the replica ones in the WWE shop, but like really, really nice. So kind of like in the same line as that, I saw for the first time ever like a full adult size purple sequin Macho Man robe.
Oh, was it Macho Man?
Yeah,
because I know
Macho Man robe.
I
Yeah,
know they
nice.
have Ric Flair, but that's cool that they got Macho Man.
Ooh, I've not seen
Jose
that.
immediately. All I saw was Jose wearing that robe with his Asterix belt, fucking going through the custom entrance at India Comic Con. Fucking great.
Well, don't forget the other belt too. I'll be carrying both.
Well, obviously, I mean, you're not a fucking savage.
Go ahead and put a
get-
fucking ass
Just in case we didn't know.
Sure.
Do time.
Dun-dun-dun.
the worldwide leader in sports.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Oh
All
god,
things fuck.
so good. Yeah, man. It's been a pretty laid back week. Back at work, the kids are back to school. We're kind of back to regular daycare routine. I'm kind of back on the wagon with my fitness, my training regimen, and my fucking strict ass diet. I lost 7 pounds last week.
Nice.
So shit's working, you know, like it does. It always works. It's a pain in the ass.
Dropping them mad deuces.
Oh, but you know what holds your deuces together? Bread. Like carbs hold all that stuff together where it's supposed to be. So like I've had a solid BM in like 4 days. It's just fucking wonderful. Just, you know, unintended consequences of trying to be a better
Just
person.
Straight up liquid warrior.
Yeah. Oh god, it's not, I don't know. Not like liquid. It's more like
Soft serve.
Soft
It
serve.
sloshes
Yeah.
more than you'd like.
Yeah, not quite a Play-Doh. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of, but in the neighborhood.
It's
know?
like when you open a yogurt, and the yogurt's kind of solid, but there's still like that liquid on top of it.
yeah.
Oh, when you got like natural ass peanut butter and it's got the oil separation.
Oh, that's the worst.
Natural peanut butter. Fuck that.
Yeah, you know
Some
what?
guy like that.
You know what? Before I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I want to mix my peanut butter for 19 minutes.
Nicole came home the other day with it's basically powdered peanut butter, like peanut butter, like powder in a jar. It was like,
What?
just add water and you get peanut butter. I'm like,
No.
why the fuck would I do that? I just buy peanut butter. And it's like, oh, it has half the fat and this and that, whatever. I'm like, well, I need fat for my diet. And also, I don't want to mix literally anything before it shouldn't be a prerequisite to eating fucking food.
And it's not like a protein powder or anything. It's just
No,
powdered
it's meant
peanut
to
butter.
become peanut butter.
You better
That's
not
weird.
eat the beans at Taco Bell.
I'm like, no, be the Taco Bell. No.
They make them the same way. Just add water to powder and mix.
Oh yeah, I worked at Taco Bell for a while. I know about that shit. Know all about it. Yeah, and guacamole out of a caulking gun. Just a wonderful way to deliver food.
That's the way
None
to
of
do
that.
it. That's
rocket powered out of a gun.
That's
The
why-
good God intended it.
That's why when I saw squeezed sour cream for the first time in stores, I was like, God has answered my prayers.
See, but they need to do that. They need to up their game and fucking give you the little caulking gun. Because the problem with the squeezed sour cream is that you still get that like watery shit at the bottom. The first squeeze always has water in it. They got just work a little harder than I like to work. For that, I might as well use a fucking spoon like an asshole at that point. Yeah, I'm already fucking squeezing the tube. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Yeah. But yeah, it's been all right, laid back, but it's fine otherwise. I unlocked that trophy you get on Breath of the Wild where you play Zelda on the toilet finally. Took a minute, but I'm like, shit, oh hey, I don't have to stop.
Yep. It's the best.
It's going.
Won't stop, can't stop.
I'll finish this shrine on the pooper. And then my feet went numb because I was in there for a while, as it turns out. That's how that works.
I remember those days. Get a fresh new Wizard magazine and just go into the bathroom until your toes go numb.
Yep. And then that thing where you realize you forget, like you're like, huh? Did I shit?
Oh yeah, no, I've done that.
Huh? Let's give it a test wipe just to be
Test
sure.
wipe.
And yeah, if I did I wipe afterwards? Like shit. How long have I been in here? Fuck, it's Thursday. Yeah, I had
oh shit, we got a show.
yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I had a realization last week though, where I've been married for a very long time. My wife and I will have been married for 15 years this year, almost half my life. And I think that ours, like any strong relationship and marriage, is built upon, like love and trust and respect and acknowledging and understanding that at some point they just don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like none at all. And for me, I had this realization from Amazon boxes, because my lady shops a lot on Amazon. And I'll walk outside and there'll be like the trash cans, when you go to the road every week, and then just a fucking mountain of boxes on top of the trash cans. I'm like, hey, if you break those boxes down as they come in, you got to like spend 15 seconds breaking down a box. Like when you do this shit, I got to spend like a half an hour outside breaking down all the boxes, and it's cold. So how about, would you mind? Would you break down the boxes? She's like, nah. I'm like, but why? He goes, that's man work. That's your job.
Oh.
Well, like, what if you just broke down the boxes as they come in? She goes, well, why don't you break down the boxes as they come in? I'm like, well, you fucking got me there. I walk behind you and break your box down every day. She's like, yeah, sounds good. And she pimped away. I was like, all right.
Then Lee went straight to Twitter thinking he could talk shit about her in peace, and here comes Nicole.
That was an unrelated thing. That's just a fucking bitch. It's like no one in this house but me takes the trash out. Like, not to say that she, goddamn it, she does fucking plenty. But it's like they think taking out the trash causes cancer. Like I'll be like, hey Zoe, take the trash out. She'll be like, what? Like, why don't you just spit in my fucking mouth next time, Dad? Take the trash out.
Okay.
Almost got it last week, the other day. Like, for people who don't know, we were having an issue with the kid. Every fucking day, it was like, you brush your teeth? Yes. You do your mouthwash? Oh, no, I forgot. I'm going back to the mouthwash. She comes out one day, I'm like, hey, next time we ask you if you did your mouthwash, and you say no, I'm going to spit in your mouth. And she's like, you wouldn't. I go, I don't know, maybe. You want to test that? Because I don't want to. And that was months ago. And it never came up again until Sunday night. Nicole said something about it, and her fucking face went white as a sheet. And she rocketed her ass back into the bathroom. Like her feet were on fire. It was amazing. And the other one is fucking, as if this couldn't get more fucking boring and domestic. This is laundry. I'm doing a shitload of laundry the other day, and I realized that every one of the missus' shirts are inside out. Without fail, 100% of them. So I gotta fucking turn everyone right side out to hang them up. My shit is right side out because I'm a human being, normal person.
Well, it's supposed to. If you like your shirt, you're supposed to wash them inside out.
Ain't got that kind of time. Fuck that.
Really?
Fuck that.
Yeah, kind of. Well, see, I'm lucky. The lady works retail, so she's very picky about her clothes and how she does her laundry and like the color system of separating. So I don't fucking touch laundry.
I just recently got on board with the separating shit. Like, if we got like a hamper that has three holes in it, like fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, hey, I bet I burned 2.5 hours today of fucking turning your shirts right side out. What if we just, like, I don't know, you just put them right side out? Like, again, just one shirt a day. Like,
nope.
Nah. Fuck.
Nope.
Nicole.
Please? Like, well, why not? And she goes, well, it's because girls take their shirts off different than guys. And I'm like, show your fucking work. Yeah, no, I don't take my shirt off that way. Shit. That is the problem. But joke's on you. Now your shirt's off.
Show me how you take your bra off now.
You do it one-handed? Nice. Let's go.
Yeah. How about them pants? Do you take them off different too?
You take them off one leg at a time like a normal person? Or
Show me. Well, technically, I just need to see how you get one leg out.
I can figure the rest out.
That's all the room I need.
Oh, my God.
We're fucking savages, all of us.
Hey, you bend over different than me, too? Let me see.
Whoops, gotcha.
Also, have I mentioned I'm sterile?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This is giving me flashbacks of watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Just say,
What the fuck is that show about?
hey, baby, don't worry.
The
The packages will be delivered. The boxes just might be empty.
So, yeah, go ahead, Knize. What the fuck is The Handmaid's Tale?
There is, like, a lot of the show involves sex and, taking articles of clothing off, and there's a storyline where one of the characters might be sterile. But let me go back to the beginning.
Yeah, goddamn, big picture me here. What the hell is this?
It's essentially the world has gone to shit, and like babies aren't being born.
No children for men.
Right? Yeah, kind of like
children
of men. So society has gone to this super strict religious society where there's the upper class, and almost all the wives in the upper class are barren. So then they round up all the women who can still give birth, and they become handmaids. They're just surrogates,
baby holes,
and they're fucking slaves essentially.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's fucking scary, man.
Jesus.
Jose, you would like it because it's got some
Yeah.
Illuminati.
I came home today and she was watching it, so I watched one episode with her, and it looked pretty good. Very artsy filmed. I noticed.
Yeah.
Is it as horribly bleak as it sounds?
It's bleak, but it's entertaining.
Do we at least have like a plucky, hopeful protagonist, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Whew, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
So plucky.
She's got to be plucky in voiceover because she can't like be outwardly plucky.
The story she's telling is too much. So I guess from what I got from the one episode is she kind of narrates through this inner monologue every now and then.
Interesting. Okay, all right. And that's a Hulu jam, right?
Yes. It won a couple Golden Globes on Sunday night. So
No shit.
me and the wife decided to start watching it this week, and we're really enjoying it.
All right.
That is not what I guessed that show would have been about.
I knew, like, I've seen like a picture of it.
Yeah, and that's what I said too. When we were
I thought
talking. I
they
was
were
like,
Puritans.
what era is this? But I guess it's just that everything has gone back to shit so much they make them like they're not allowed to wear makeup, they're not allowed to shave their legs.
Yeah,
they're not trusted with. It's they just kind of dress. It looks like a period piece at some point,
right?
It's because everything seems old school, but it's
the
like
future.
modern day future of what happened with here.
Huh. All right.
Like a war broke out in the 60s or 70s also or some shit. I don't know.
No, the war broke out like in current day.
Current. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that picture always threw me off. It looked like some M. Night, The Village.
The Village, yeah, very, very much so. Like that is the uniform of the handmaids.
Interesting. Okay.
And there's only like, they haven't really shown outside of this one community, but there's only like a couple dozen handmaids, and like, you know, so while they're treated as second class, like they're slaves, they're very valuable because there's not that.
That's not like you'd imagine they'd be like exalted.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I think it also goes to that whole mindset that
So they're like commodities,
males,
but well taken care of, kind of thing.
when it breaks down to it, the human male is hates the woman for being able to do that. So at the same time, like they need them and they're high priority. It's like, well, fuck you. You're just my hole.
Yeah, but still, the dude is like the man of the house is called the commander. Like that's one of my
gross.
Yeah, like the terms are very old
That's
school
so
and
gross.
like, you know, around like that old era kind of thinking. Almost like witch huntish, where
yes.
I saw an episode and a half, but you got a lot in it. It looked pretty cool. It very visually unique.
And it's got some Illuminati vibes in there, which I think you would dig
Yeah,
on.
like throughout the flashback, like the one I saw was I guess the main lady, the main character,
Elizabeth Moss.
Commander. It was his driver.
Yes.
And his flashbacks on how he started to work with him and stuff, and you can see like these backdoor dealings between these high-ranking politicians on, okay, well, what can we call it? Like, you know, like figuring out how to do this horrible thing of rounding up these women, and they're like, well, how can we present it in a nice way where people don't get put off by it?
We haven't gotten that far.
Oh.
And but you didn't really spoil anything, but that's one of the things that we've been talking about, Mary and I, is it seems like it went from present day to Handmaid's Tale day in a very short period of time. And it's like, how do you get this entire system in place with all these traditions in such a quick amount of time?
Right.
So I guess I guess, like you said, it's this backroom dealings where they're like, okay, we gotta fucking present this in a way that's palatable to the mainstream.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, well, the wives are never going to go for this. And then the one guy was like, well, what if we kind of keep the family vibe and the wife is part of it? Like she could be in the room.
Somewhere there's some Republican just watching the show getting hard.
Oh, no. It is very much like what Trump's America could be.
That's fucking gross.
But
I'll check it out.
Pretty good. If you like, what is it? Children of Men.
Children of Men is amazing.
Yeah, if you like Children of Men, this is pretty much like a longer, more explained, more in-depth look at what's going on with everything.
Oh, check it out. We finished Punisher.
Yeah,
So we have to check that out.
I put it to Mary. I was like, okay, we can watch Punisher. We can start Handmaid's Tale. We can start Master of None. And she's like, Handmaid's Tale. I'm like, all right, let's fucking do this thing. But Punisher's on the list very soon.
Punisher is really really rewarding all the way through. Like it probably does a better job than a lot of the Marvel shows at not doing that like episode 6 to 8 slump.
6 to 10.
Fuck off.
Or in the case of Iron Fist, episode 1 to 13.
Yeah. Ugh. Oof. Hey, every time you want to shit on Iron Fist, just remember they could have put Ward in the Defenders, but they didn't. So think about that.
You feel like the Punisher could take Iron Fist.
Why not?
The Punisher could absolutely take Iron Fist.
And that's just not how you should see your characters like that.
Like the penultimate episode of Punisher, though, is kind of ridiculous because he gets Frank gets just like it's incredibly brutal, like the level of torture that he goes through in the penultimate episode. Like it's fucking awful. He's like a breath away from death. Like he with all this, but of course they save him. Sorry, spoilers, but he doesn't die in the next to last episode.
Oh man!
But so they kind of getting patched up, and like the next day, like he's up and around and shit, and I'm like, no, like no, because I fucking moved a bookcase once I couldn't walk for 3 days. I don't think it's gonna be like the worst thing that happens to him is he winces me and leans over to put his boots on. I'm like, fuck off. like the last time we saw him on screen, they were putting a fucking straw through his lungs so he could breathe.
Leash.
I don't think so, Shane House. No disrespect, but no.
But that's what separates him. That's why his cream rises to the top. You
know what? You might be right. That's why I'm just a man.
He has that testicular fortitude that gets him by. He's like, cracked rib? Don't matter. I'll shit it out later.
That's how those work.
Like a whole bunch more. Fuck it. I'm good to go. What else got Knize? Did you guys watch the Golden Globes? Like you?
Yes, actually, we missed the opening, but we watched a good portion of it. I've always been into those award shows. Like I used to watch the Oscars every year with my mom because I think she secretly hoped I was a gay man. But no, it was still good bonding time. So
I would have been thrilled.
And
did she want you to help her with her outfits and stuff?
Not really, but I think at the very least she was leaving the door open in case I ever wanted to confide something in her. Because she knew that my dad wasn't going to have it. But, these past few years, when all I really watch is superhero movies, it's nice to catch up on, some
what else is in the world.
Exactly.
What the adults are doing
exactly.
out there?
Some of the best movies and TV shows of the year. So, Handmaid's Tale won a bunch of stuff, and we ended up watching Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, fair enough.
I downloaded.
It is that point now where whenever the award seasons come up, a lot of these fucking movies I never even heard of before.
Right.
Yeah.
Did La La Land win?
No. But speaking of movies you've never heard of, actually, I think it's a TV show, but they were doing the best actor, I believe, in a TV show or maybe a miniseries or whatever. And the people announcing the award say, Kevin Bacon, I love dick. Like
That is an Amazon jam.
It was Khaleesi was doing the presenting, so it's like she was admitting something to Kevin Bacon.
to Kevin Bacon.
And Kevin Bacon just says, "Oh, I know."
He's like, "Me too, girl. Me too."
Yeah, and the wife looks at Kevin Bacon and said, "Who the fuck is this bitch?"
Oh, mother of fucking dragons! I see how it is.
But man, like,
For the award for best actor inside of a mini driver.
Jesus Christ!
but I downloaded a bunch of screeners. Like we got I, Tanya and Disaster Artist and
The disaster artist. I'm interested in seeing.
so yeah, I got a couple of those. Haven't watched any of them yet. Did
Guess who's bringing the hard drive?
we'll bring my USB too while you're at it.
What USB?
That little red and black USB, you thief.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's mine. That's my USB. I did download it, but then like I said last week on the show, we were in Target tonight, and I convinced my wife to purchase it for me on Blu-ray. So I have a physical copy of it currently.
Physical media.
Now you can hook it up to that fucking movies anywhere like a baller.
Now you gotta open the case.
Guys, I'm trying so hard not to ask you what movie.
It.
No, what? Yeah, no, I get it. You bought a DVD. What movie?
It 2017.
What Blu-ray's on first?
What movie is 2017? I've never heard of this one.
It's the
Is
sequel.
it a disaster movie?
Yeah,
Like is it the sequel to that Nicolas Cage movie?
It's no. That was John
That's a
Cusack.
deep cut, son.
I'm all of our dads now.
Was John Cusack?
Yeah.
I'm everyone's dad. I'm my dad.
What was that? What was that movie with Nicolas Cage where it was
That one was Knowing.
Knowing? Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Why do I know that? I've never seen that fucking movie.
Why are you knowing that?
Jesus.
Sorry,
self.
I went through and downloaded a bunch of these things, and then I'm going through and checking them, make sure they're decent looking copies. And I opened up it, and I just sort of shuffle through the movie real quick, and I got to the point where they're in the garage with the projector, and I was like, nope, not gonna keep watching this. There's been a couple of times where I was like, I'm gonna sit down and watch it, and then I think to myself, I'm like, no, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it right this second. I am not emotionally ready.
That is such a weird sequence that, like, on paper doesn't work. But it's so fucking scary in the movie.
Oh my god, that was easily the best sequence, like, in the theater for like crowd response. People lost their fucking minds. Oh, it's so good. Saturday night we're taking down the Christmas tree, doing all that shit, and we had Freeform on. Freeform's bumping. And we were watching Tarzan, and I haven't watched Tarzan since it came out originally. Like, I worked in
the Disney Tarzan?
Yeah, the Disney animated Tarzan. I worked in that the Downtown Disney AMC theater that summer that Tarzan came out, and they had the tube TVs in the lobby that just played the trailer over and over again. So I grew to hate the Phil Collins I'll Be in Your Heart song, or You'll Be in My Heart. But having not seen it since it originally came out, that movie looks amazing. That looks
It really does.
Like, it doesn't look like it's almost 20 years old.
Jax loves it. I've seen it like 1,000 times, and it really looks great.
So Tarzan ends and Lion King comes on, so obviously we have to watch Lion King. And then Lion King ends, and Lion King 2 Simba's Pride starts.
Oh, how's that?
I knew it existed, but being such a big Lion King fan that I am, I never, besides like Return to Jafar, I never sought out any of those direct-to-video sequels. It's not great, but it's got some really cool elements. It's essentially Simba has a daughter, and Scar sired a bunch of kids before he died. So there's a young Scar, and they're like buddies. The boy Scar and the girl Simba are buddies, and then just like in Lion King, they grow up, and it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type thing where it's the feuding families, and they find each other. Andy Dick,
And they're like, oh man, our families are fighting. I just want to sniff her butt.
right? Exactly. Andy Dick plays one of Scar's sons.
Andy Dick?
Yeah, and this movie came out in 1998, and I don't know how it got past me, but the protagonist, the main character, Simba's daughter, is voiced by Neve Campbell. And if you would have told me in 1998 that there was a sequel to The Lion King with Neve Campbell in it, I would have been like, all right, shut it down. I've found the last movie I'm ever going to watch in my life. Goodbye now. And then one more thing from the viewing of Lion King 2 is it goes commercial at one point, and Martha Stewart has her own subscription service now where you can get, you know, it's like one of those HelloFresh things where they'll send you meals once a week or whatever. And I don't know what it's called, but
We know what it's not called.
it should. I yelled this out. This was probably 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. We're watching Lion King 2. I yelled it out. I just yelled, "Eat Martha Stewart's box," and then I just laughed like a maniac to the point where Mary says, "All right, it's time for bed. You're obviously way too tired." But come on, that's too good. And last thing I want to touch on is Kelly brought up the Paul Stanley banter bit from last week. The 45 minutes.
We talked about alcohol.
The 45 minutes of Paul Stanley banter.
45 minutes of that Wednesday morning, I'll have you know.
So all we listened to was probably, a minute and a half of him introing Cold Gin. It didn't play any songs or whatever. But I guess that intro to Cold Gin is off of a live Kiss CD. So the fucking Popcast on YouTube last week got flagged for a copyright violation because of Paul Stanley yelling about Cold Gin. So I disputed that shit. I was like, no, I mean, it's commentary. We didn't even play any music. And I just checked the dispute today, and it said, nope. The copyright claimant said, that ain't good enough. Sorry, fuck you. And I saw Joey Janela posted a video of Kiss getting interviewed, I believe, in Brazil. And the guy doing the interviewing was wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt. They made this fucking guy take his shirt off and put a Kiss shirt on. Like they bust this, like it wasn't joking either. Like they bust this guy's fucking chops for like 3 minutes about wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, about how it's disrespectful, how he should be wearing a Kiss shirt. And
Fuck you.
Gene Simmons ended up blocking Joey Janela. He fucking vanity searched his name and blocked Joey Janela.
That fucking guy.
What a piece of shit. Fuck you, Gene Simmons.
Oh,
You too, Paul
did you
Stanley.
see
about the Kiss Vault?
The Kiss Vault? Is it like the
Is it
Disney
like
Vault?
the Prince Vault?
They're releasing this thing, and it's like apparently it's
we
like 150 like unreleased Kiss songs or something like that, and it comes in like a locker and all this, and it's, it's got all these, like a book and whatever, and it's like 15 grand or some shit, like something outrageous like that.
You're selling that to two dudes.
yeah, but
Yeah. Oh, but there are a limited number of Kiss Vaults, like maybe 4 or 5, that if you spend $50,000, Gene will come into your house. Gene will come to your house and take pictures.
fucking house. How ridiculous is that? that
And he'll sign stuff for you, but will not sign a guitar.
the guys on the radio, a local radio here, that's where I heard about it, and they're like, we should do it and like not answer the door. And like they just kept spitballing like all these scenarios where they pay Gene to come out, but like don't let him be Gene. Like just pay Gene to come bring us beers all day.
Well, I don't know, man. At that point, Gene's got your 50 fucking thou. That's all he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not gonna bang on your door for an hour. Where are you guys? I wanted to hang out.
Well, I just don't understand. That's one of those things where it's like, you're Gene Simmons, man. You're one of the two fucking Kiss guys.
Yeah, but he wants to come to the house to make sure that check's going to clear.
Like, how much money do you need that you're trying to fucking milk your diehardest fans for that kind of money for some shit that you already decided wasn't good enough for a record? It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like I remember reading an article in an interview with fucking Dexter goddamn Holland from The Offspring, and he was like, yeah, no, like if I could never charge anyone for a song again, I'd be fine with it. Like we're just gonna tour and make money. Like I'm richer than I ever thought I'd ever be in my life. That's The Offspring guy, okay? so fuck you, Gene Simmons.
If Offspring's got it all right.
But
Yeah,
at
The
this
Offspring
point,
guy's like, nah, I'm fucking set forever. Let me just fly this hot air balloon around the world. I'm
So I'm on GeneSimmonsVAULT.com. And your numbered limited edition vault includes 150 never-before released songs written and performed by Simmons and featuring notable rock and roll artists, including members of Kiss past and present.
so they're not even Kiss songs.
No, packaged in a massive 12 by 12 by 1.5 inch thick cloth bound with embossed foil, gold foil commemorative book featuring dozens of never seen before images of Simmons over his 50-year career. Also includes a limited edition collectibles, including a Gene Simmons businessman action figure and an In Gene We Trust oversized coin.
Oh, is there a fucking picture of this action figure?
Yes, there is. Go to GeneSimmonsVAULT.com.
I'm already hitting the T.
Oh, and you also get a one-of-a-kind hand-selected original piece of memorabilia from Gene's personal collection.
Which means his like underwear.
oh, and of course,
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, it just plays music when you go on the page.
yeah, of
too.
course,
Shannon
autoplay.
Tweed's panties.
Oh, that
Gross.
Gene Simmons businessman figure looks like one of those where you get scanned at Comic-Con.
Oh, fuck off.
Where you get scanned at Comic-Con and they 3D print an action figure of you.
Oh god, it does.
What a cunt.
He probably printed those at home.
Probably.
Oh, and the vault experience includes a meet and greet with Gene, with you and a guest.
Oh my god, every time you click on something, the music plays
We're
again.
gonna get flagged now.
Songs and Stories playback session and Q&A. You and a guest will attend an intimate vault preview. Gene photo/video/autograph session. Gene hand delivers your limited edition personalized vault, which means he just takes it out of a box and gives it to you. And then you get the vault pre-pack, which is a signed golden ticket, a t-shirt, a download card, and a laminate.
At this point,
Gross.
the whole like slapping the Kiss name on everything and charging your fans for, you know, all the memorabilia. That's the bit. That's the Kiss bit now. That's Gene Simmons' bit. But
you can do that with like any number of things, man. Like you want to fucking do Pez dispensers and shit like that. They did the fucking condoms and coffins back in the day. I'm like, fuck it, whatever, fine, you know. But I don't know. This just seems super gross.
I mean, it's gross. I agree.
Oh, Gene.
He's like,
What you doing?
he's basically player 2 Trump.
I think that tongue has been coming out of his mouth and whispering in his ear a little bit too much.
Like, and he talked about like not one, like he's like, yeah, there'll never be any more new Kiss albums, Kiss records. He's like, because you know, people are just gonna put them online. So no, we're not gonna do them anymore. Like,
That's a fucking bitch excuse to we just don't know what to write no more.
right, yeah, right. And no, so we'll just play the same songs we've been playing for 50 fucking years. So fuck Gene Simmons, but I do like that remastered Destroyer album they put on Spotify. Like, it sounds pretty good. So, yeah. What you got going on, Jose?
And, back to work, motherfuckers. Just been a long week. Long week.
I mean, time to go to Disney this week.
Is the season. Yesterday, pulled a 17-hour day. That was pretty cool. Got home at like 1-ish. Got to bed at 6-ish.
Now, is this more beauty show stuff?
No, well, convention shit. Not the beauty show.
So
that kicks off.
For a 17-hour day, are you what of that are you getting paid in overtime?
Anything after 5 o'clock is how it works.
Oh.
So pretty much you worked until what? 1 a.m. this morning, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So 8 hours of overtime? 9 hours of regular time?
It ended up becoming 26 total.
Yay.
Jeez.
26 overtime. I'll take it. It was all right. But it was cool. But it was one of them days where, like, man, just nothing was going right. All out in the aisle. Like, nothing. Just the whole day was going wrong. And, like, just, it felt, have you ever had one of those days where it felt like just everyone's in your way?
Like, described about 80% of my life.
Like, some days are just smooth. You go in, it's all right. But some days, like, I would set a ladder up. Somebody has to go up it when I turn my back. So, leaving, I'm riding my bike back to my car. And there's, empty fucking parking lot. Everyone's home. Out of this whole empty parking lot, the one sidewalk I need to go on, there's a sole lady just walking with a box in her hand. So I can't go to the sidewalk, so I go right to avoid the sidewalk. And as I go right, and I'm a little bit behind, some guy just backs up, almost runs me over. So it's like, well, what the fuck? I should have just ran her over. Get home.
Obvious solution.
Try to hit Wendy's on my way home. Dead at night. Only one in the drive-thru. That takes 20 minutes. I'm like, cool, I'm home. Nope. You know those trains you guys hear? I got stopped by 2 of them. I'm going, I'm like, let's say I'm going east to west. So I see the train and I see the...
I wish we had a drop that was the Kirby Enthusiasm theme.
So I see the train to my left and I see that, they're starting to stop it. But I'm like 5 lights ahead. So I'm fucking flooring it to beat this train before it stops me. I beat that train. Turn left. There's already a train coming from the other way. So now I got to wait for that one to pass as the other one crosses. It was just... How long was that? We're going to get flagged.
5 seconds. I cut it off hoping that we will get flagged for it.
What's the limit?
I don't know.
What's our playing room?
You're
so fucking much of a cocksucker. You don't know what you're doing. Like, you flag dumb shit for dumb shit, and then I go get 15 albums. How are those up? YouTube.
Oh my god. We speaking of Jose's hard week, we recorded our first 2 return episodes of 11th Hour Radio last week, and I told him yesterday that he's way too low in the mix, so we got to re-record him. But at one point, what was it that you fucking took a rant out on in the middle of the episode?
Oof.
Like, it didn't relate to the subject at all. No, he fucking ranted on Burger King.
Oh, yeah! I called Burger King out for being shit. No, because the one song they did, the Burger King spoof, it was related.
Right. It was Return of the Mac.
Yeah, Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
We talked about the commercial, and then I bitched at them for sucking.
He ranted against Burger King for like 5 minutes.
They had it coming.
I love it. I love when Jose gets a fucking rant on. Just as long as it's not directed at me. Don't do it.
So that's what's up. Oh. So that I got home at like 1-ish. I got to cool down. Get to bed at like 6. What the fuck? But,
I was 5-hour wind down.
I'm off the next day. You know what I mean? I'm off. Well, I gotta eat. And, I'm chilling. And then I get woken up at 10 with a call that was like, "So hey, can you come in at 12?" Like, all right, goddamn.
So that working man blues.
The grind's on, y'all. The grind's real. Holy shit!
They got that hustle. Pressed.
I got my Shop-Vac down. I got my stroke down and everything. I'd just be sucking up all that water one pass.
What water?
What?
Well, okay, it's the
At least that stuff was flooding.
Fucking, I saw in the news today, home builders, Orlando Convention Center, they had a suspicious package bomb alert or some shit. Good thing I wasn't working over there today. It's the home builders. So, like, motherfuckers are building houses inside this thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, in the parking lot, they build full houses that people come through. And it's like, it's a B2B everything home builders on people selling you shit from the kind of cock you do your tile with to, the materials you build homes with. So
when they're done, they tear these houses down?
Yeah. They go with, like, there's motherfuckers cutting wood.
Wasteful.
They don't give a fuck. Yes. Yeah. Like, as there's like homeless people and they're just tearing these houses down. It's like,
these houses are just for pretend.
Yeah. But so this one booth was there's like kitchen and baths. Like, people are built, like, there's showers, displays, like all kinds of fucking shit. The plastic show I did, they had a 3-week in time because they built the machines that make plastic shit. Like, they were printing buckets, like they were making fucking shit. Built these huge, like, in factory machines, shipped down, built them for 3 weeks for a 4-day show, and then broke it back down. It's nuts. So what the booth we were doing is kitchen and bath, so it's sinks. So they had just all these displays of running sinks, and it's all fancy looking, but it's ran with like a reservoir pump underneath. It's not running water from pipes, so it's just like a home little water fountain. It just keeps reusing its own water.
Yeah,
but that works as long as the fucking pipe doesn't, or the tub that holds the water doesn't puncture and flood everywhere.
Yeah, that sort of checks out. That makes sense. Yeah,
I got
that'd
you
be
now.
a problem.
I got it.
Yeah. So it's all over the booth. It's all over the booth, and it's fucking going into the aisles. So Shop-Vac, problem solving. Y'all home leak, you need a Shop-Vacer. Hit me up.
I always did love the sound of a Shop-Vac scraping against smooth concrete, where it makes that like squeaking sound. I did some Shop-Vacing back in my day.
Oh, Jesus. How's it going, Kelly? What's going on?
It's going good. Going very good. Had the good old Wrestle Kingdom happen Thursday morning.
Oh, God. Could you get off Twitter with all that wrestling garbage? Jesus.
I'm sorry. It's all I do.
I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and I go back 9 hours in my feed and there's like 20 Kelly tweets about Japanese wrestling. Get out of here. This isn't what I signed up for Twitter for. Fuck.
Dollar Shave Club promo code voices. But yeah, Wrestle Kingdom was this past Thursday. It was a good time. My favorite wrestling day of the year because everyone gets on wrestling Twitter at 1 in the fucking morning and everyone kind of just enjoys something.
Yeah, it's all pretty positive too. So
it seems incredibly pure in a way that I'm really not used to seeing on anything on Twitter.
It's very nice. It's why I wake up for New Year Dash the day after and then just to see if everyone else woke up, and then see like there's maybe a fifth of the people before, and then I just go back to bed. Yeah, just chasing that high. Just want to talk about wrestling with my friends and have us all like it.
One of my Facebook memories the other day was your Wrestle Kingdom 8 review for PanelsOnPages.com with Nakamura in the main event.
Hey, I was ahead of covering New Japan.
You were. You're fucking on the cusp, man.
I've been saying for years I revolutionized comics reporting by talking about wrestling. Now fucking everyone does it.
Yeah.
I was the first one.
Yeah. Now Bleeding Cool does fucking Raw recaps.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
I was the first one that did that. Give me your residuals. I want 5 cents per article. But yeah, so the show was awesome. Oddly enough, my favorite match of the night was Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega.
two gaijins.
Chris Jericho proved he can still go at a high level, and they had a really, really good match.
Jericho
right now, it's my favorite.
Looking a little fat, Jericho did.
He is, but he moves better than he did in WWE.
Wow.
Got that DDP yoga.
Yeah, he's at that pudgy stage where he's just gonna be that way pretty much at his age, but he can still
stage. Like,
yeah.
If I looked as good as Chris Jericho looks now, I'd be like, all right, I'm there.
Yeah. I'm striving for like 1979 Dusty Rhodes physique.
There you go.
Someday.
But yeah, Jericho hit the best looking lion salt he's hit in a while, and just they went for like over half an hour.
But he didn't do like
Trying to watch that. It sounds great.
he didn't do the old school lion tamer, which bummed me out.
He did though.
He did? The
He
gif
did
I
it.
saw was just the Boston Crab shitty version.
See, but that was normal in the ring. Outside of the ring, at one point, when Jericho was being a mega heel, he pushed down the ref, and then grabbed his son, who is a young lion right now, one of the trainees, and put him in the lion tamer.
The ref's son?
Yes.
Oh, that is goddamn brutal.
Because he's a young lion, so of course he goes in the lion tamer.
Simba.
It was so good.
That's fucking great.
Oh,
That's one of my favorite ever of all time
Yes.
moves.
Oh,
And
it's so good.
Always looks so nasty.
one of the best ever No Mercy animations is when you can get somebody to tap out to that lion tamer.
Yeah.
AKA the Walls of Jericho, because he pulls back and you hear a crunch and they just go, ah! Tap, tap, tap,
you,
tap, tap.
you hear like the tear, and then you
And then he just fucking throws your legs down.
The other great moment of the match was when Jericho stole a photographer's camera and then just took pictures of his hand while he was flipping off the crowd.
That's awesome.
Like,
That's so good.
It was amazing. And it looks like this isn't the end of Jericho in New Japan, because he came back the next night at New Year Dash to attack Naito.
Your
as
boy.
the show closed.
He had no tranquilo, Jericho did.
No. I really love that Jericho's approach to brawling in New Japan is like something you'd see on a World Star Hip Hop video from a Denny's. Because it's just Jericho like picking up tables and chucking them at people. Like the security is trying to restrain Jericho, and he just picks up the announce table and over the guardrail and just throws it into the ring at Naito.
Jesus. That's awesome.
Yeah, other good matches on that show were another surprisingly great match was Cody versus Kota Ibushi. Fucking Cody brought it. He had probably the best singles match I've ever seen him have.
Aww.
And it was genuinely great. The best moment of the whole match was when Ibushi goes for a dive to the outside and accidentally took out Cody's wife, Brandy.
Who is
And
just one of the most beautiful black women on the face of the
she's
earth.
sexual chocolate, right?
One of the
Yes.
most beautiful women on the face of the planet.
Oh, for sure. And so Coda being the good...
And always seems like she's really into being there.
Oh, yeah. No, she loves it.
Him and George Lucas high five on the way out.
And Kota, being the nice guy that he is, immediately picks up Brandy and is going to run her to the back. At which point, then Cody punches him in the face, and he and Brandy just both start laughing about it.
I'm so glad you came around on Cody.
I mean, not always. This match, though, he was very good.
Well,
he has his moments.
This is the first real positive takes I've heard from you on Cody, and
he was very good.
It makes me happy.
He's working his way into the Ibushi Omega storyline in a way that I find very interesting, because now you had him yelling at Ibushi, "I love you" more than he ever did. And then at New Year Dash, Cody and some Bullet Club guys were beating up Ibushi, and that's when Omega ran out to make the save.
Ooh.
He saved his ex-boyfriend. If their eventual match doesn't end with them just making out in the ring, I'll be so sad. And there are no two men in all of wrestling that women want to see fuck more than Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega.
Really?
Because when Kenny made the save, you could just hear women shrieking in the crowd. You haven't, like, if you ever go back and watch like any of the WCCW shows when like the Von Erichs come out and all you just hear are women screaming, this is what it was. This was the modern day equivalent of that.
I don't know. I've seen some Tumblr/fiction of the Shield that'll dispute that claim.
But no one makes. There's never the shrieking. Like that never happens. And yes, I have read some of that as well. That was an accident when I was just looking for a GIF, and then I just stumbled upon that. And once you find it, you can't stop.
Well, I'm here.
Oh man, I accidentally read 19 volumes of fucking the Shield/fiction.
That's how it goes. Because you're like, oh, what happens next? Whose tongue goes in whose butthole next? Other good matches. The opener was really good with the Young Bucks taking on Roppongi 3K. Really well worked tag match with both teams focusing on one of the members' backs for the entire match. The main event was another incredible match with Okada actually beating Naito in a move that pretty much shocked everyone. Like, we all expected Naito to win, and they decided that wasn't the case. And, like, you could hear just the crowd kind of had that stunned silence.
There's a collective gasp.
Yeah, because no one expected. Like, everyone was like, oh, yeah, this is Naito's moment. He's finally going to be crowned, and no. That's not what happened at all. Good match, though, but I don't think the correct booking decision, though we'll end up seeing. Who knows? Okada continues to sell out buildings, and the Wrestle Kingdom attendance was up 8,000 people from last year.
Jesus.
So yeah, they got about, I think it was the official number of paid attendance, because they don't work their numbers. Like, they've made an effort to actually report the true sold ticket numbers. It was 34,995.
So that's like saying WWE had 50,000 people at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the same joke I made. I guess like what the unworked number was with like, or I should say the worked number with all of like the concessions people and everyone in the arena was like 42,000. Something like that.
Because that's what they do, right? They're like 50,000 people in attendance. Like, yeah, you're talking about the guy that parked the fucking cars, too.
Yes, that's what they do. Like that, the one WrestleMania where they're like, we had 100,000 people. It was like really 87.
Yeah. 87 people.
Everyone else sells hot dogs.
just Undertaker. Awesome.
And then since then I've just been rewatching things from 2017 like a madman, trying to get my list of top 10 ready to go for the Voices of Wrestling Match of the Year project. Because man, let me tell you something, 2017 was a phenomenal year for wrestling. Like, just more top-level stuff than I think there's ever been before.
Well, speaking of, heading into 2018, Kelly, you keyed us in on this, but apparently Game Changer Wrestling, who created or helped create Joey Janela's Spring Break and are going to do Joey Janela's Mardi Gras, are doing Matt Riddle's Bloodsport.
I'm so excited.
At WrestleMania weekend, and it's going to be worked shoot fights. KO.
Yes.
What is it? KO or tap out only?
Yup. Knockout or submission victories only.
Very interested to see who's on a card like that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a weird show. I'm super hyped.
You think Nick Gage will show up?
I fucking hope so. I really hope so. Oh man, 3 p.m. on a Thursday. It's gonna be great.
3
That's
p.m.
a weird time.
3 p.m.
That's a weird time.
It makes me really glad we're getting in on Wednesday this year.
Yeah. I'm in though. I'm into it.
I'm gonna see the Kumite.
Kumite. We need to bring a boombox of that fucking theme song. If they better play it.
If they don't, I would be shocked.
So
yeah, 'cause those that don't know, Matt Riddle had a pretty good career in UFC. He's a legit fighter.
Yeah, and he got fired for smoking pot.
Right. Which is
that guy.
Yeah.
Who did he fight?
Dan Severn.
Dan Severn.
Yeah.
And that was based just a flow rolling shoot fight. That was pretty good. That was just. Yeah.
That was pretty much the prototype for what this show is.
That's cool.
They're seeing okay, does this work in front of the WrestleMania weekend crowd?
And it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that show. The weird path of WrestleMania weekend is the best path because you see the most interesting stuff.
You're not fucking wrong, homie. and you might just end up in a Wawa for the first time and just be amazed.
Yep. Oh man, that place was amazing. Fuck, I wish we had those here.
We were driving past that Wawa the other day, and Mary was like, "Oh, that's the Wawa we took Kelly to for the first time," and he was so amazed.
Did you put your food in a robot?
Between that and that McDonald's...
That McDonald's is fucking bonkers, though.
Yeah, well,
I still tell people about that McDonald's.
Yeah,
that you take that McDonald's up to Wisconsin, you got stories for years.
So, I was just, for shits and giggles, I went on Google Voice to see if we had any voicemails, and we actually have 3 voicemails from Mahoney from the week before Christmas.
Oh! Cool.
I don't know what these are, but I figured, maybe give them a shot.
Look at all this fan mail.
If you want to leave us a voicemail, you goddamn should. Call us at 616-951-1-POP.
And here's Mahoney.
Okay, so this is Mahoney, and I need to call in, and we need to talk about this Christmas tree shop that Knize loves so much. So it doesn't surprise me that there's Christmas tree shops in Florida, because Christmas tree shop is the favorite store person who's over the age of 105. So the problem with the Christmas tree shop, yeah, sure, they got a bunch of random shit, 3 aisles full of travel toiletries and all that. That's all well and good. But 95% of the stuff is just random trash that they found in the dumpster of other stores, and they're like, here you go. One time I went to the Christmas tree shop, and I was like, check it out, I can get this grill brush to scrub my grill clean, and it's only $1.99. This is a bargain. What a great deal. And then I brought it home and I used it on my grill, and it fucking melted the brushes away into nothing after one use. So that's the kind of product you can expect to get at the Christmas tree shop when you use that shampoo, Knize. All right, be careful. Love you. Bye.
Wasn't shampoo? Well, I didn't buy any of the travel toiletries when we were there. I don't think. Maybe I did. No, I think they had my face wash. So hopefully my face doesn't burn off. Here's another one.
Oh, that's a bold choice. Uh-oh, what the hell's that?
Anything. They've got Charles Xavier, the most powerful psychic in the world. If you want to know why nobody knows that any mutants are around, it's because he doesn't want you to. So he's just wiped everybody's memories and thoughts and minds of anything mutant-related for as long as he wants. And you just introduce them. Simple as that. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
I think what he's saying is to introduce the X-Men into the MCU, you just use Charles Xavier because he wiped everybody's minds.
I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
Okay, it's Mahoney again. So, how ironic that Lee started a story about how he never understood that he worked with a crazy person at work, and it led to the revelation that he podcasts with a crazy person on his podcast. All right, tell us more about clones, Jose. See ya. Bye.
Well, I think that was common knowledge.
That was nowhere near as shocking. Oh man, so I was off work for a week after Christmas. Like that week between Christmas and New Year's, I was off, and it was great. But I came back to work, and a couple people around like brought in presents like that before, and that's nice. But there was like a gift wrapped on my desk that said "Thule from Santa." Like, huh? All right, so I open it up, and it's a jar of. It's a jar of some kind of a jam or preserve or something like that, you know?
Jelly of the Month Club.
I'm like, who made? Where's the jam? And they're like, yeah, he made it. I'm like, oh, so
Santa made it.
Not eating that. I'm like, okay, checkaroony. Done and done. Oh God. Let me check the email. I don't think I have an email. Let me check real quick. You should email us, though. Send them just to popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Because, you know, let's be real. We're probably your favorite podcast. Sorry, Joe Rogan. Fucking up there. Yeah, no mail this week. That's fine. Okay, let's take a break. In that case, we'll come back. We've got some proper news.
Yep.
We'll talk about some comic and books and roll on this bitch. Yeah, enjoy this musical interlude. Love you, kids. Bye.
Break!
Yeah.
Ripped Apparel is your one-stop shop for limited edition t-shirts featuring all the crap that you already like anyway. Every day you're going to see 3 new limited edition designs available only for 24 hours. That's just a single day. After that, they're gone forever. And best yet, if you want to check them out, buy a little something, they're going to throw a little kickback to us, your folks, your friends here at the Popcast. So go to PanelsOnPages.com, click that banner at the top of the page, or on the sidebar at pcn.panelsonpages.com, or you can just update your bookmark, check it out on your phone every single morning. That's what I do. Ripped, that's RIPT.panelsonpages.com. T-shirts start at just $10 and they'll kick us a little something every time. Help us keep the lights on, help us keep the podcast going, help us keep the site up, and get you a pretty cool t-shirt, man. Cool swag, cool shirts, good people, good deals from your favorite podcast. So check it out. Ripped.panelsonpages.com. 24-hour limited edition t-shirts that are pretty damn awesome. Check it out. And now back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
All right.
Got me some new Transformers tinkering with during the show.
Oh, that Optimus Prime looks amazing. What Optimus Prime is that?
Sweet.
It's kind of wild, man. It's the new leader class figure. So in its kind of final mode, it just looks like a really nice big Optimus Prime. It's like maybe 10 inches tall, but it turned into the truck, obviously. But the gimmick of the leader class figures for the new line is that the truck cab, like in the truck mode, looks okay. Like from the side, it looks kind of shitty because of how the gimmick works. But like the cab turns into like an Orion Pax figure, and the trailer becomes like basically the Optimus body, and then you plug in the Orion Pax figure, transform it a little bit, and it becomes like the chest windows and head and chest of the big combined Optimus Prime. It's kind of hard to explain in words, but it's a neat gimmick. And like, you know, so if you look at this big pretty Prime from the side, it's all like panels and shit from the trailer. But I like it. It's a pretty fucking rad gimmick, and it just looks really, really slick from the front. If nothing else, it's like $40. Like it's a really nice Prime. If you like, you don't want to pay. And if you don't want to pay like, you know, $100 fucking for a masterpiece or something, it's great.
In Target tonight, they had the Last Jedi Black Series figures, which when Black Series first came out, they were amazing. Like some of the best likenesses in Star Wars figures
they suck
ever.
Now, right?
They're fucking awful.
Okay. I'm glad it's not just me.
Like I can't buy them anymore, and that was part of the appeal of them. Was not only were they 6 inches, but they looked really good. But like since
the best ever,
since
like,
Force
at
Awakens,
least at that price point.
Yeah, since Force Awakens, they look like preschool toys. They're ugly. They're terrible. But I was looking at one. You know, they're all $20. The single carded figures are $20 now. They've got this one special edition Luke Skywalker that comes in a gatefold box for $30, and he comes with a rock that he stands on.
That's a display base, man. That's
For an expensive rock.
For $10. God. Fucking dumb, man. But all the Marvel Legends these days look amazing.
yeah, and I've gotten, like I said, the past year or so, like I've only bought one at full price. The rest I've got like either on eBay or conventions or whatever, and like I still would have a hard. And granted, this might be because I have like a really big collection that existed already, but I'm not gonna go buy a shield at a $20 Marvel Legend. I just can't. But like they are really nice,
Really nice. And I saw the Marvel Universe carded figures, the ones that look like the old school Toy Biz pre-Marvel Legends packaging.
I'm not one to like keep a toy in the box, but that's a really cool display piece.
But the thing that I noticed about those, which boggled my mind, is the peg holes. You know, in this day and age, the peg holes are like they're either an L or like a G, so that you can take one from the back of the peg if you want. If the character at the back of the peg is the one you want, you can take it off without having to take all of the figures off there.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying, yeah.
So, but the peg holes on these are just holes, like old school carded action figure holes, but without the easy access.
Oh, that's committing to the gimmick right there.
Yeah. So if you want the Black Widow, that's a on the wall behind 9 other figures, you got to take 9 other figures off the peg to get to that Black Widow.
That's old school. That's taking you back, son.
Was that part of the plan in the design, or did they just fuck up? Did they just?
I got that Black Widow.
Did they just scan in? Did they just scan in the Marvel Superheroes card, and they're like, "All right, well, there's the peg hole. Just go ahead and cut it out like that. No worries."
I remember I had the Spider-Man in that line, and that was the big thing. I remember the balloon on the box of that one was like featuring 14 points of articulation, and I was like,
man,
that's impossible. No toy can have 14 points of articulation.
That wasn't the one with the suction cups on the hands, was it?
No, it was the one after that. So it had like I remember it had, the nice articulation for the time, and it had that weird like rubber band joint in the middle of the chest.
Oh, the G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe's kind of, yeah. But it had that for the Spider-Man.
Wow.
That one had the one that had the Spider-Man that had like the giant like spider symbol on the end of like a little piece of web line.
Yeah.
This big ass ball like spider legs on it, and it had like just the tiniest little like spring action. So if you pull it back really hard and let it go, it would like fly out 2.5 inches. It's the whip.
They really put a lot of time and care into 90s action figure action features that never fucking worked.
There was a Venom figure from the same time too that had a little hole in its chest and like a reservoir in its back, and it came with like almost like a film canister sized container of like black Venom goo, and you could just push it through the tiny hole in its chest, and just make a fucking mess.
And you do it 3 times and you're out of goo. You got to make your own.
Yeah. And they did a Magneto that had magnets in the chest and hands. That was kind of dope.
Yeah.
After you do it 18 times, you go to the doctor.
Damn right, you get the clean bill of health. Shoot them blanks forever, yo.
I'm gonna bang this bitch the fuck out.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Oh wait, wrong sound.
Hammered it.
We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fuck it.
In 5, 4, 3.
This is the Pop Top 6-pack of news for January 9th, 2018.
Fucking thing sucks.
So, lead story. Stan Lee accused of sexual misconduct by home care nurses. Raise your hand if you're surprised by this.
I gotta say, like, I don't... look. Here, okay.
First off, before we go on, #BelieveWomen. Okay, now continue.
Like, sure. Yeah, like, I don't doubt it at all. But I think once you get to be 95 years old, you can grab a butt or two.
Before the show today, I was talking to Kelly about the story, and I was like, man, you don't want to explain something like this away if he is indeed guilty of doing any of this, but, like, at 95, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like, when he was coming up, that was literally a different climate.
Right.
Yeah, that's just what you did then.
Yeah. He's
I'm
95.
not saying it's okay.
No.
But, I don't know.
His representation is claiming that this nursing company, allegedly a bunch of nurses who were home nurses for Stan Lee that worked for this company, have accused him of misconduct. And Stan Lee's representation is saying that they're just trying to extort him for money. These are false, despicable allegations. Let me get to some of the allegations. Oh, boy.
Maybe. Like, I guess.
They're saying that he groped them, which 95-year-old dude has nurses in his home. I can 100% see him slapping an ass or two.
Oh, yeah.
100%. But the nurses also complained, allegedly, over his demands for oral sex in the shower and bedroom.
Yeah, that's a little harder to wash away, that one.
And
that's not all right.
Walking around the house naked. Walking around the house naked, I could also see that happening. Without any real, like, malicious intent.
No, I think he's just old and doesn't give a fuck.
Just old and doesn't give a fuck, and he comes from a certain time. And that's not to defend his actions, but...
Because I think when you get to a certain age, you're just like, man, pants ain't worth it.
The balls are out today.
Yeah.
But if you really think about Stan Lee naked in the shower, and I'm assuming being helped in the shower, or at least being supervised by a nurse, or maybe even being washed by a nurse.
Like,
kind of.
Hey, so why are you in here?
Exactly.
Why don't you reach one around for me?
And while you're down there, why don't you give me a little tongue bath of my little spider balls down there?
Mr. Fantastic and the Thing would like some visitors, if you know what I mean.
Why don't you rub me on my Kirby?
And if you're good, I'll fuck you like I did Jack Kirby.
That's like, that's kind of, I don't know, like, that's just, I hate it for him. That sucks, but, like, I don't know. I can't be super outraged about this one. I'm not surprised.
I didn't see the actual headline, but Juan told me that he has canceled his Ace appearance, the one that we talked about last week in Arizona, where, they were charging $850 for him, Chris Evans, and Tom Holland. So he's dipping out on that.
With that kind of money, he'll jerk you off.
But imagine Stan Lee has these allegations against him. Imagine him standing next to Chris Evans in a photo op, and Chris Evans just giving him fucking side eye the entire time.
Yeah, a little bit.
That'll be an extra 50. And you know what? His wife died last year too, so maybe he was a little lonely, a little grabby. But then again, this could all be just trying to extort money out of him. But
it could be. But also, he could be 95 years old with more money than God and just losing it a little bit. Again, doesn't make it okay, but, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like at this point, if I went to Stan Lee's house and he didn't show me his dick, I'd be like, that's unusual.
I was actually surprised to find articles on, because this was a Daily Mail article that ran with the exclusive story. And Daily Mail is like the British tabloid.
They're a trash rag.
Yeah, and I was surprised to see CBR run with the story, because Stan Lee is kind of a golden goose. Like, you can't touch Stan Lee. So I was surprising to see them jump on the story so quickly, because as far as I know, they still don't have a story about Lucas Siegel on CBR. Ha ha!
We want them clicks about Stan Lee.
Top 10 things Stan Lee says to you while he's standing naked in the shower. Number 1.
Don't go away until I finish.
Excelsior. It's clobbering time.
Oh.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Oh. That one made me feel dirty inside.
So we'll keep an ear to the ground on that story. 95. The man just turned 95. He had his birthday like last week.
Give me an HJ for my birthday.
It might have been Carlin who had a bit about, once you get to be 95, all crimes should be legal, including murder. It's like, if you came home and your TV was gone, but your 95-year-old neighbor has it, it wasn't ever really yours to begin with. You can't protect yourself from a 95-year-old intruder. You're good. You're done. You're done. That's the reward for making it that far.
And, it's 2018, so, of course, Stan Lee being accused of sexual misconduct isn't the only story about sexual harassment or misconduct we have in the news this week. So, did you guys hear the story about this Ridley Scott movie, All the Money in the World?
No, they got where Kevin Spacey was in it, and then they cut him and replaced him with Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, they fucking.
Oh, yeah, okay, I hear about that.
They
Yeah,
retconned Kevin Spacey from this movie. Like
they reshot every scene that he was in.
Yeah, like 2 weeks before the movie came out.
Yeah.
Well, the amazing thing about it is that Ridley Scott really wanted Christopher Plummer from the beginning, and they said no, get someone famous like Kevin Spacey.
Right, that's the even better part of the story. So
Hammered it.
TJ Miller, who played Weasel in Deadpool, and he's been in a bunch of other stuff. He's been in Cloverfield. He was the main character in the Emoji Movie. He was in Big Hero 6.
Pretty funny comic, too.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley. So he was accused of sexually assaulting a woman while in college. In this news,
it's a pretty heinous fucking story too.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I don't really like to click on those stories these days.
I really like TJ Miller too, and I'm like, oh, really? And like, it's a fucking
like he comes off as kind of gross in the first place to me. Just kind of greasy and weird. Like I saw some press junket he did for the Emoji Movie, and he looked like a goddamn sex offender. So
he's fucked in the head a little, didn't he? Ended up in some shit for a little bit.
Yeah, he was doing some role or something where like the character was a hardcore nihilist, and so he got way into like these weird like nihilist philosophies. Like his friends had to like keep him from walking out into traffic all the goddamn time. Like, oh, cross field, I'm just gonna go. Like he went a little nuts.
So the story is that fans were calling for him to be removed from Deadpool 2 because Deadpool 2 doesn't come out until May, I believe, June 1st, and Lauren Schuler Donner says, we're in the final editing. I don't think so.
we're almost done. Fuck off.
Lauren Schuler Donner, who came out this week and admitted that Brett Ratner was gross for what he did to Ellen Page on X-Men 3. So you realize that Brett Ratner is gross, but I think we'll just keep TJ Miller in there. I can't imagine.
Yeah, but Brett Ratner being gross doesn't affect his budget right now.
Her budget, Lauren Schuler Donner.
Oh yeah,
who is basically the Kevin Feige of
who is currently dating Juju Smith-Schuster.
No. Oh my God, you got me there. You got me.
What? Hit the breaking news.
Well, I mean, Laura Dern is dating Baron Davis, so it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
And isn't Katie Holmes dating Jamie Foxx?
Yes, I saw what was it, like an InStyle magazine where it was like Katie Holmes was saved by the power of love. Oh, him and Tom Cruise are gonna fight one of these days.
Oh, that would not be.
They did a movie together.
Yeah, they did. Collateral.
That's a great fucking movie. Collateral, right? Michael Mann movie.
Oh, that's where they met. Like,
was he married to Katie Holmes at the time? I don't know. That might have been before.
No, yeah, they were married.
Great movie.
So yeah, I can't imagine that TJ Miller as Weasel is so entrenched in the story and plot of Deadpool 2 that you couldn't either just cut his scenes or replace him altogether, and it'd be as easy as doing it with Christopher Plummer, but whatever, man.
You don't know. Maybe it's fucking Weasel's movie.
Maybe.
He probably
Weasel Deadpool buddy movie, and like Cable's barely on for the ride.
Or he is Cable. Swerve.
Vin Diesel is in talks to play Bloodshot in Sony's Bloodshot movie. Because Sony is going to try and start a Valiant cinematic universe.
Of course they are.
I thought Jason David Frank was Bloodshot. But I guess that was just for the fucking web show or whatever.
Yeah, some internet bullshit, I think.
Oh, poor JDF.
Like, I mean, to be fair, like if you're gonna do something like Bloodshot, like the least known character in the fucking planet,
least you can do is put Vin Diesel in it.
at least put Vin Diesel in that son of a bitch.
No,
Sorry, Jason David Frank.
That makes sense. If they're really trying to start a cinematic universe, putting Vin Diesel in like the lead movie makes sense. But
yeah, like maybe like if you put, I don't know, maybe Tom Cruise in your lead movie, surefire key to success.
Yeah. How about
what happens first, Bloodshot or Black Adam?
Well, Bloodshot.
Oh, I don't know if it has any dates on here.
Fuck, man, we might have an Archer and Armstrong movie before we have a
2019.
Black Adam.
They're saying 2019 for Bloodshot.
Same weekend. Do it. Do it, Bloodshot.
2019 for Shazam, so that doesn't count. But
2022?
I'd be all on board with some of
There is absolutely no information about this Black Adam movie.
Because it's never going to happen. I got a better chance of producing Santa Claus's fucking birth certificate than I do a one ticket to see Black Adam on opening night.
Oh my god. That's good. That was a good one, Lee. I like that.
Not gonna fucking happen.
But how about this? How about
I'm on board for a Valiant universe, man. Like a Bloodshot would be cool. Ninjak would be cool.
Yeah, but
I would
stop.
Be there
I'd be all into it.
Day one for an Archer and Armstrong movie.
Stop trying to set up a cinematic universe before you can get the first movie off the ground. Sure, put maybe some teases in there like the Avengers Initiative thing in Iron Man.
Right.
But as we've seen in the past, 5 fucking years, anytime someone tries to start a cinematic universe before they've even like made step number 1, it fails.
Yeah, but that was also look who did it. So like if somebody like DC could have done that.
And this is fucking Sony, Jose. Sony. Who were going to make a Sinister Six movie and set it up in Amazing Spider-Man 2. They had to hand Spider-Man over to Marvel.
Universal couldn't do it with the properties they've had for 100 years.
And Tom Cruise.
They've been making Universal monster movies for 100 years almost. And no. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, you could do stuff like, if the Bloodshot movie just has like a reference to the park where Obadiah grows up. Like little things that you can plant seeds for. I think that could be great, but it's not fucking Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll in a mummy movie with a hot mummy. Like the mummy isn't the lead character of the mummy.
That mummy's a MILF. Mummy,
yeah, fucking MILF mummy.
Mummy, I'd like to fuck.
Oh god, I forgot that's what that movie was.
Yeah, it's like okay, so like we all like the Mummy, the classic. We would like that remake with Brendan Fraser, but like, what if we wanted to fuck the Mummy? No one's done the Mummy I Want to Fuck movie yet. Give me Tom Cruise.
I'm in. Let me fuck that Mummy.
Okay, let me see if you're in for this, Kelly.
All right.
Lindsay Lohan.
Fuckable Frankenstein. Yes, I'm in.
Fucking Stein.
Lindsay Lohan has started a Twitter campaign to get
Fuckable Wolfman. I'm in.
To get Joss Whedon to cast her as Batgirl.
No, I don't like that.
I kind of love it.
Maybe 1998 Lindsay Lohan.
How's Lindsay looking these days? To be fair,
rough.
Haven't seen it in a minute.
Lindsay Lohan, 2018. How about 2017? Give her the benefit of the doubt. It's only a week into 2018.
All right, let's go fuckable Invisible Man.
Oh no. That's... Oh no.
No, maybe I don't know. Lindsay might be ready for a fucking maybe for a comeback.
Yeah.
This is her Travolta moment.
She looks like an old Emma Stone.
Show me a screen test, girl.
Not look as young as she is. She had some fucking hard years.
How old is she?
She could maybe pull off Batgirl. depends on how serious she is.
You know, and it depends on what they're gonna do. God damn it, she's 31.
31.
Jeez.
She does not look 31. That's a road hard 31.
No, road hard, put away dirty.
Ew.
Ooh, that's what rough 20s will do to you guys. Jesus Christ. Not that she's like, I mean, she's still pretty, but she was smoking back in the day, and she could still be if she just didn't, I don't know, wreck her bot.
Well,
God
bless you, girl. Man. I like that she's tweeting at Joss Whedon like she has any sort of like relationship with him to begin with. You know,
didn't he like nuke his Twitter account too, or did?
I feel like he quit Twitter around Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
and then wasn't he getting accused by his wife of cheating? I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. I don't know.
Joss Whedon's such a pumpkin-headed freak.
I don't know. Lindsay could be due for a redemption story. I don't know.
No. 100% she could have a Travolta-esque comeback in her. I don't know about Batgirl, though. Like,
so do you think we can give her some juice? I mean, I work for Barnthal.
I don't know. We want to save that juice.
Nah, yeah, we save that. We bottle it for something.
There might be. I'm just saying, no disrespect, but there may be a more deserving candidate for that Popcast juice.
I feel like if Joss Whedon is going to direct Batgirl, he's going to cast Elijah Dushku or somebody from Buffy or some shit like that.
Amy Acker.
Amy Acker. Oh man.
Let's be real though. That Batgirl movie is going to happen right after Black Adam.
Yeah.
Do a double bill at the drive-in.
I saw something today or the other day where Aquaman's supposed to come out this year.
Okay.
And somebody was like, "Man, if Aquaman doesn't hit, like they just need to hard reboot this whole DC universe." And it's like, yes, but that sucks for Gal. Because she's the only good thing about that whole universe.
She'll be the one that they keep, though.
Yeah, she's the one successful.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, I thought. But baby with the bathwater.
Yeah, but also Tom Holland is way better.
He's great, yes. And I think Gal has... She's A-list royalty from here on out.
She's earned the goodwill. If they do a hard reboot, they'll either exclude her from the universe, just make Wonder Woman 2, 3, and 4, or bring her in.
She'll be okay either way.
Oh yeah, she's fucking an American treasure now.
ABC is not ordering any Marvel pilots this year.
You don't say.
Like, were they pitching Marvel pilots?
That I cannot say. I don't know. But so when do we get to look forward to Inhumans season 2?
Well, I mean, they would.
Oh, Lee, sorry, never.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. What is this lady? ABC President Shani Dunny on Inhumans says, "It didn't perform for us at the level that we would have wanted. We haven't made any official decisions yet, but I will say the numbers were less exciting for us than we hoped they would be." Yeah.
Way to really dance around that one.
Yeah.
I would respect her more if she came out.
Honestly, I had not done... I haven't gone back for another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after the first two. It's just I don't want to see them on a fucking... spaceship full of tunnels fighting aliens you never get to see.
How fucked up is it that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has Spider-Man on loan from Sony? We're very likely going to be seeing X-Men and Fantastic Four in the near future. But because of Kevin Feige and Ike Perlmutter's beef, like, we might not see the Netflix characters cross over into the movies anytime soon.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. From what I understand, though, the Netflix people, their contracts allow for it. Like, they had to be able to be up for it if they wanted them to. Which, that'd be fucking so cool. Like, even just for a fucking second, man. Like, you get those Defenders guys together for, like, half a day.
One shot.
Just one shot of them, like, fighting some fucking Thanos minions on the street.
I'm
It's
sure
so awesome.
I've said it before, but the old X-Men cartoon, when they were doing the Phoenix Saga, they had a montage where, like, they went to Japan and it was Sunfire, and they fucking went somewhere else and it was they went to New York and it was Spider-Man or some shit like that.
For a second, too, and this show had Thor, like the hammer or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, like, I don't need, like, a fucking arc for Daredevil in the movie. Like, I don't need that.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be mad about it, but, like, just put him in there for a second.
And then finally, Bleeding Cool headline, substantial doubt Wizard World can continue past November 2018 as losses mount.
I feel like that motherfucker's been on its last leg for the past, like, 6 years.
Wizard World is the TNA Impact of the convention circuit. They're just losing money hand over fist, man.
God damn! For the first time in my life, I just hurt myself on a Transformer. Fuck, that hurts. Oh, God! I pinched my finger in this fucking panel in this trailer.
Oh,
Jesus, that hurt.
That's gonna bruise.
Humans, robots are taking
Fuck,
over.
man! Oh, got hundreds of these fuckers that never drew blood before.
Oh.
Jesus. So yeah, fucking Wizard, right? Yeah.
The whole thing's fucked.
Jesus, fuck, that hurt.
Injury report. We go live to Lee Rodriguez.
Dun-dun-dun.
Getting all emotional with it and shit.
Worldwide leader in sports.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
We need to, after the show, just record clean drops of all three of us saying that. Oh, God. So, yeah, like, I will, like, never go to one of those Wizard shows ever again. Like, who goes to those?
Compared with their last 9-month performance in 2016 of convention revenue of over $20 million, that has dropped to over $13 million. God damn, they're doing as well as comic book stores are.
Yeah.
That's nuts. But I mean, like, but they can't. I mean, I guess they don't have a lot of choice. But like, to me, I went for free last time I went because I won some tickets, or Goat won some tickets. But like, the day pass to fucking Wizard World was like $60.
Nah.
Yeah, no thanks.
It
I'm
should
good.
be like,
and bottom line, it's all like all the if you're into like autographs and shit, I guess that's pretty cool because god damn it, you can get, you know, Barth Thug #2's autograph if you really want it. Like, good for you. But you know, I'm not buying shit. Like all the shit you could want to buy that you can get on Amazon for cheaper and not pay the $60 to get in the door.
Yeah. How about this? Don't charge people to get in the door
at all. No, like nothing. Just just take a cut, or like like most local shows, it's $10 to get in the door. $10.
Right.
Just a little something. You gotta keep those lights on. That's fine. But I guess just the to rent these big ass venues out just must cost a shit ton of money, and they're paying, fucking Chris Evans ain't going there for free. I don't know, man. It's a shitty business model that is, of course, fucking failed miserably.
I mean, the day that it comes that Wizard World shuts its doors will be a sad day that we all knew it was eventually coming. But
yeah,
I feel like they will soldier on in spite of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if it just it becomes like Wizard World Walla Walla, Washington. Or fucking
Wizard World Spokane,
Wizard World Murfreesboro, you know?
Yeah, right.
Wizard World Palatka, Florida. You bring the show to areas where people have never seen something like that.
You know, that might be the move, actually.
That's actually been part of their move the past few years. They keep moving away from the larger markets.
But don't bring shit shows when you do it.
Well, that's the news.
That is the news.
Dun 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 dun.
Was that one real? I can't even
That
tell.
one was real. I can tell because I play them.
Cyber Combos, get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck, Filbert?
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
Yeah.
We don't get flagged for that, huh?
Shut up! Like, don't call them on it.
Well,
I'm just saying, you inconsistent, YouTube.
It's 7 seconds long. I think 8 seconds is where they get you. It's like a rodeo.
That's right. You gotta keep on that fucking horse. All right, so this came out 2 weeks ago, but we didn't do comic books last week because we were doing our year interview. So I'm gonna talk about Doomsday Clock for a second. And I think it's kind of neat. Okay, two things. Okay, it's one part is kind of a cop out, and one part is kind of neat. And that the DC universe that they're presenting in this is not the prime DC universe. Like, this is definitely not the Rebirth DC. Like, 100.
I think it is, but it's a simplified version so that non-normal readers can get what's going on.
Yeah, but you got, Lex Luthor like trying to buy out Wayne Corp and like the protests against Batman. Like, these are not things that are happening in the comics. Like, nor have they. Like, there's like none of the DC stuff matches up to anything else that's happening, to the point where I feel like it's not the Rebirth universe. Like, the bat suit is even different. Like, I don't think it's the same. But hell, maybe it is, because they make this whole big stink about Batman and the Flash finding the comedian's button.
Yeah, because they need to make it so that it works for people that have only ever read Watchmen.
But this is not the Lex Luthor that's in the comics right now.
No,
this
no.
is not the Lex Luthor that's been in the comics for the past, 5 fucking years.
No.
And there's such a radical departure. I think it's not the same guy. And so if that's the case, cool on one hand, because they can do basically anything in this story.
Yeah.
But if it's not, that's not what we were sold. We were sold as going to be the crossover between the DC universe and Watchmen universe, and that doesn't look like that's what it is. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure. But I like it. I like it a lot. It looks great. I'm really, really excited for this mime guy to kill someone with an invisible gun.
Oh, it's going to be so cool.
I really want to see that happen. I really want to see it. Yeah, but it's really good. It's solid. Batman and the Signal #1 came out. And did you remember in Metal them saying some shit about Duke Thomas having powers?
Nope.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, this is his adventures as Batman's psychic guy after he found out he had powers. I'm like, what? I had to look it up online. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I guess, in that scene, the entire sequence I forgot that happened, where Duke and Green Lantern find the Joker in the Batcave. Remember that?
No.
They open a prison
Oh,
cell.
wait, that. Yes, I do now.
Yeah, you barely do. And I reminded you of it. Because so much crazy shit happened in Metal that had nothing to do with that. And I guess, in Joker's crazy-ass monologue, he's like, yeah, kid, you got powers. Peace out. And this is kind of what that's about. And, yay, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. That's fine. But, what is not just fine, but what is fucking amazing, you guys, is Batman White Knight. It's so fucking good. It's so goddamn good. The artwork is great. I like this psycho-ass Batman. I like that whenever Jack Napier casts a shadow, the shadow is the Joker. That's fucking cool. And they acknowledge that he's in there. Joker's in there. He's He's not taking 2 pills away from becoming the Joker again, and he really doesn't want to do it. So he's like, kind of running, doing the thing with, the original Harley Quinn, but the replacement of Harley Quinn is going around as like a new Joker, trying to draw the Joker out, saying the only person that can stop me is the Joker. Just trying to wake him back up. It's really fucking great. Really good. That was awesome. That lifted me up. And Transformers versus Visionaries #1 brought me way down.
Oh, that was a bummer.
Bummed me out. And like, I don't love all this Visionary shit that they're doing because
I'm into it.
I mean, like, I don't hate it like as a concept. You tell me they're doing Visionaries, I'm fine with it. But what bummed me out is that like the whole First Strike story, that was a good story. Like in the last 4 pages was, oh yeah, this is all to bring the Visionaries back. It's like, that's kind of a cop out. Like, I don't love that. And like, where the fuck did all these guys come from? Like, did I miss something? Was there something in between First Strike and this?
Well, there was the bit when what's his nuts turned into a visionary guy, and then he used the Energon to kind of bring everyone back at the end of what was their last? Yeah, First Strike.
Yeah, but that's the last thing we saw, right? With just that.
Yeah.
But did he like will them into existence, or like cast a beacon out, or whatever the fuck? This is kind of unclear to me. I don't know.
It was. I think they kind of just like came from a different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm honestly not sure now that you say that.
Yeah, maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. Maybe I don't get it. But like, it's kind of complicated. But like, I don't hate what they're doing. Like, it's fine. Just it seems more than anything that they've done since kind of bringing all their Hasbro licenses together. This seems very, very forced. Like, you want to tell me Cup's hanging out with G.I. Joe or Thundercraft? Yeah, cool, fine. I'm fucking in. We'll do that. But like, this is shoehorning some shit that's never existed before. Like, there were not Visionary comics before this thing happened.
No.
so that kind of sucks. But it sets the stage pretty well for what the story they're telling, and they fucking killed Cup, man. Like, and killed him deader than fuck. Like, to the point to where like the after the last page of the letter from the editor, like, yeah, man, no, he really dead. He's been through some shit. Hey, he was the greatest hits of some of the craziest shit he's been through. And it's like, oh, damn, that's a bummer. Because, like, it is Transformers. So, like, if there's any characters that have the option to, like, get blowed up and brought back, it's them. You can literally make them a new body. But, yeah, no, he real dead. Like, oh. Because he's seen the shit. And he was, like, just, he went out just trying to do the right thing and help, which is the worst part. Like, wasn't even, like, a badass way to go. Fucking sucks. Ironhide gonna be mad, you guys. So yeah, it was good, but it did kind of bum me out. Paper Girls is good. Hawkeye is still good. Here they're canceling that one coming up pretty soon, which is kind of a bummer because I like that book a lot. But she'll be back. They'll do more Hawkeye books, I'm sure. Like they could be canceling that book, or this book could just be reaching the end of its story. Like, it very much reads like they're wrapping it up, like, and not because they have to. So it's really, really great. And then the last thing I'll talk about is two things. One, fucking Rock Candy Mountain #7.
So good.
Penultimate issue. The last issue is going to be the standoff against the devil. And I said it on Twitter, but like the recurring bit of I don't fuck with bugs makes me laugh every time it comes up. The guy's trying to weasel his way into the FBI field office, like disguised as a pest control guy. And he's like, look, I don't know what to tell you. Like, look, I don't fuck with bugs. Like, if you fuck with bugs, that's on you. I can leave.
I had a show for a long time, and then I didn't.
I personally don't fuck with bugs. Oh, so funny. So funny. And then last one is Batman 38.
Oh man, that was dark.
Boy, yeah. Tell us about Batman 38, Kelly.
Well, we basically see an alternate take on what could have happened to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
When Bruce meets this kid whose parents were killed, and the story kind of unfolds from there. as then they're trying to find who killed the kid's parents, and it slowly dawns on Batman that this kid really wants to be Bruce Wayne, so he had his own parents killed.
Yeah, like, made his butler kill his parents.
And then the fucking book ends with this kid carving Thomas and Martha into his face.
It's super, super dark.
It's like the darkest single issue of a comic I think I may have ever read.
I remember before reading the book, I read some fucking headline about, like, oh, the new Batman villain. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. Didn't see this coming.
Nope.
Like, I never would have guessed this is the new Batman villain.
Never would have guessed. It's just this weird child.
Fucking crazy ass rich kid with delusions of grandeur. Really super unsettling.
Just thinking he's Bruce.
So what else you got, Kelly?
Nothing really comes to mind. It's
I read 3 or 4 stories out of that Junji Ito collection you got me. That
Ooh, what'd you think?
Dude, it's fucking also unsettling.
Oh, very.
Like, so Kelly got me this book for Christmas called Shiver, and it's a collection of Junji Ito short stories. And the artwork is beautiful, and like, I mean, there's nothing connecting any of them, like, other than they're just fucking weird. Like,
they're so weird.
Like, the last one I read today was about this guy, and he's like, I got a weird feeling about today. Something bad always happens when I have a weird feeling about the day, but fuck, what is it? And he's at a store, and he's kind of flipping through a magazine, and he sees this weird, like, grotesque looking model in a magazine. He's got this weird face. And he was like, oh, that's okay, this is weird, but this can't be it, right? And he keeps thinking of this fucking weird face. And then him and his buddies like making a student film or something like that. Like, they put a casting call out, and that weird grotesque model shows up to the casting call. Like, oh, let's hire her. And you know, at the end of the day, she's a crazy ass monster and eats the leading lady. Like, it's just so fucking weird and apropos of absolutely nothing. There's no context given as to why she's a monster, where she came from, nothing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Did you read the story with the girl with the holes in her? Yeah.
Yes.
That one like unsettled me really bad.
Damn. So
because I just can't deal with like weird holes in skin. Like, it just freaks me out.
I prefer my girls with holes in them.
Like, and the thing is, like, no one got this weird whole malady befell. No one did anything wrong.
No, it just happens. Like that's the thing with Junji Ito books. It's so often the people don't do anything to deserve their bizarre fate.
Yeah, like, he's not doing anything to he's not tempting fate, like, not being a bad guy. They just fucking get the worst hand dealt to them they can. It's fucked up.
Who'd have thunk some 24 years after the O.J. Simpson trial, Judge Ito would be writing comic books.
Yes, that is good. I did start reading a new manga series. Well, not new to me. A series called Inspector. And it's kind of a detective book, but it's also got a yokai slant, which is always fun.
All right.
So there's this girl who one day disappeared when she was younger and then reappeared on a bench, missing one of her legs and one of her eyes. And it turns out that when she was gone, she was hanging out with yokai, and they're like, hey, we need like a new god to kind of hang out with us and mediate our problems. Can you do that? And she's like, yeah, sure, why not? So I'm like, all right, cool. The process involves us taking one of your legs and one of your eyes. So she's like this yokai mediator. Like, whenever they have problems or issues, they come to her to kind of sort them out.
So
Meanwhile,
like, yeah, okay, I'm down. That's fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's
I got 2 of each, whatever.
Yeah. And she has to go to the hospital every now and then so they can work with her physical therapy and stuff like that. And while she's there, she always sees this dude who is visiting his cousin. And it turns out that yokai don't like him. And then she finds out that when he was a kid, he ate 2 different kinds of yokai meat and became this crazy-ass monster people thing, where now he can't die. If he takes damage, he just heals immediately.
Jesus.
And they just team up and go on adventures. And the first like case they're trying to solve is this idol girl was killed when she a steel beam fell on her. So now her faceless ghost is just wandering around the city, bludgeoning people to death with a steel girder.
Oh my god! All right.
That reminds me, I never brought it up right after I watched it, but did you guys ever see Colossal?
I watched it 2 days ago, and it was fucking awesome.
No shit.
That sounds familiar. What is that movie?
It's Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. And
okay.
Fucking loved it.
And Anne Hathaway realizes that she's a giant kaiju wreaking havoc on Japan. It's pretty great. You should check it out.
Is it streaming anywhere?
Yeah,
it's on Hulu.
It's on.
Oh, sweet.
It was on Netflix. I think it still is, or maybe.
It's on Hulu now, and it's really, really great. Like, I liked it a lot.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out.
She's just she's a loser. She comes home, and she realizes that she turns on the news and she sees these kaiju attacks, and then she realizes it's her. It's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's about it. All I got. Like, I read most of my comics on Thursday after Wrestle Kingdom, so I don't have the best recollection of them.
Fair enough.
Because it's totally fine to do your sleep schedule in going to bed at 9, waking up at 1, going to bed at 7:30, waking up at 10, and then going about your day like everything's normal.
I have no idea what that's like.
It's weird. It's a weird fucking time.
I was being facetious.
I drank coffee all day.
I was being facetious, you young buck.
Oh, that's right. That's what you do.
You're a young lion there, Kelly.
I am.
One day.
I'm used to just getting all my sleep in one sitting.
Yeah, it's nice. That's the preferred way to get sleep. That's one of the reasons I haven't dove in and sat down and watched it again, because I remember not
fucked with your sleep
yeah,
so bad.
I remember not sleeping for the entire month of September.
Aww.
So I've got some other Netflix picks that I watched this week.
What we got?
Hired Gun. It is a documentary about musicians hired, like they're considered hired guns, like session musicians, and just like the type of musicians that are just fucking really great at their craft that get hired to go on tour or do recordings for these big artists. Like, Billy Joel is Billy Joel, but he also has a band, so he had to hire these fucking guys. Or like, a band goes into a studio and say it's Aerosmith, Joe Perry can't really get the fucking riff right on the recording, so they bring in this fucking super guitar player who he's not in Aerosmith, and he doesn't have the flash of like a Joe Perry, but he can nail that fucking guitar part. So it's all about these unsung heroes of music from the past, 50, 60 years. It's pretty fucking cool. Another documentary I watched is called Voyeur. It is about...
I watched the trailer for that, and it made my fucking skin crawl.
This fucking guy in the late 60s bought a motel for the explicit purpose of peeping on people.
Nice.
He built a catwalk in the attic and installed dummy vents that weren't connected to any ductwork, so he could walk along this catwalk above all the rooms and then peep down through the vent. And just fucking, he would stay up there for hours and just watch people and take notes. Like, he has volumes and volumes of diaries. So
that is one of the grossest things I've ever heard in my life.
But he didn't, like, videotape any of it. So the most you get in the documentary is, like, reenactments and him telling stories. But the bigger story of the documentary is he's having a book written about him, and it's all leading up to this New Yorker article coming out, which is a preview of the book, and then the book eventually coming out, which, you know, reveals his 50 some odd years of secrets that he was peeping on people all this time. And he's a weird dude, and it's quite interesting, but it's not as salacious as you would think. The trailer definitely amps up the grossness of it, but it's more about the dude and whether or not he's full of shit or not. So there's that.
What dude? The writer or the guy that bought the hotel?
The voyeur, yeah. Because it comes into question whether or not his stories match up.
Oh, okay.
You know, because at one point, in some of his journals, he's talking about peeping on people in 1966. Then they end up finding the deed to the hotel, and he didn't buy it until 1969. But the writer of the book actually went and visited the motel and saw the fucking peep catwalk and peeped on people with him.
Oh.
So, like, he's seen it, but some of his stories might not match up. And lastly...
I mean, you peep on enough fucking people, you're going to forget how many people you peeped on.
Maybe. But would you forget what year you bought a motel?
I mean, I would.
And then, did you guys ever see Goon?
No, I need to.
It's good.
Sean William Scott and Liev Schreiber, they play hockey fighters. You know, they're not skilled at the game, but they're out there to enforce and fucking beat each other up. Fun, super fun, really good performance by Sean William Scott. He's basically playing Chris Pratt. he plays a very good Chris Pratt. But the sequel came out, and it's on Netflix, so I watched that. And it's, you know, his wife is pregnant. He gets injured, so he can't play anymore. Well, essentially, he can't fight anymore. So he gets a dead-end job in an insurance company. Liev Schreiber is fighting in a hockey fights league. Like, they don't actually play hockey. They just go out on the ice and fight tournament style.
Christ.
But it's good stuff. Directed by Jay Baruchel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think he directed the first one, too, and wrote it.
I like that guy. I like the guy a lot.
He plays a real scumbag. So that's it. That's it for me.
Did you ever watch Man Seeking Woman?
I've seen a couple bits and pieces of it. Like, that show really spoke to me, but I never was able to get on it from the ground floor.
I think it might still be on Hulu, and if it is, you should check it out, because that's a show I really like, because they can do literally anything. They set up the rules for this world are that there are no rules. Like, it's so wonderfully
the first episode
and absurd.
He dates like a goblin or something.
Yeah, the first episode he goes on a blind date, you know, and he looked outside and there's like a cave troll sitting next to a dumpster, you know. And they cut to them sitting in this fancy restaurant. I was like, yeah, I said, no, you'd be so. And she's like, what, a cave troll? And, and everyone in the restaurant goes, oh, this fucking guy. Like, they're all disgusted at him for being judgmental of the cave troll. It's all super. One episode ends with the world enslaved by an alien that just fucks every person that's alive. And Eric Andre plays his best friend. And it's a weird show. I think you'd love it.
Cool.
Highly recommend. Anything, Jose? Are you still awake?
She's watching X-Men the animated series. So
what?
Watching that, and we have made a discovery that animated Beast looks exactly. Lee, I see in this animated Beast. Lee looks like animated.
I'm animated Beast.
Look at him. He in the face.
Okay, all right, hang on. I'll admit it's been a while.
Check out that picture. Right? I mean, like a little kind of.
No, now that you say it, I 100% can see it.
What was this picture, Jose?
Any picture.
I pulled it
just
right
Beast.
from the opening.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it!
Like it looks like an Adam Hicks character. But he drew all of us.
Oh my God! Yeah,
as Beast.
Holy shit!
I can see it.
It's like my whole. It's just the mouth and nose. Yeah, that's totally me.
Yeah, I'm not saying like you look like a beast. What I'm saying is like facially.
Yeah, because
you're not wrong.
Because
like
of his fangs, he kind of has an underbite.
Fuck you.
No. I'm talking about Beast has the underbite. You obviously have an underbite, motherfucker. Let's be honest here. Come on.
You got 9 years of podcast to prove it.
Lee.
That's fucking funny.
Just making discoveries.
That's so funny.
Time. That and she started watching I guess she watched Will and Grace in the past.
Holy shit. Fucking
the new one?
We watched the most recent episode of Will and Grace. Both of our first episode of Will and Grace because Nick Offerman was on it.
Yeah, so we watched some of the new ones, and then she started the season, the series from the beginning. That's actually pretty fucking funny.
Oh my God. We're watching The Good Place.
Good writing. Good writing.
We're watching The Good Place, and she sees the commercial with Nick Offerman, who she couldn't stop talking about how skinny Nick Offerman looked, and he plays this like douchey celebrity chef, and he doesn't have a mustache, and he essentially fucks both Will and Grace at the same time. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, I can't believe we're sitting here watching a full episode of Will and Grace
in 2018.
And after it was over with, I was like, did you watch Will and Grace when it was originally on? She was like, no, and I actually kind of really enjoyed that. And I'm just like,
Nicole is a big Will and Grace fan. There are worse sitcoms.
It's actually kind of fucking funny. I've never seen one ever before, but it
is in fact I
don't. Oof. If it was on Freeform, it'd be bumping.
So bumping.
Oh goddamn! Shit. Anything else? We're gonna wrap this bitch up.
No, that it, yo.
Right on. Solid show. What do you say we get together and do it again next week?
Sure.
The week after that, in perpetuity. Solid plan. Listen. Oh, and Knize says that Animated Gambit looks like Jose.
I can see it.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's go on a road trip. Just fucking Beast Lee and Gambit.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Not just regular Animated Gambit with a pot on his head.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
that was from the spin-off series.
This is the Gambit that yells
spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti.
God. All right. Email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com, or leave us a voicemail calling 616-951-1POP. We'd love to hear from you, motherfuckers. Yeah. Whatever you're going to do, you can check us out on your downloaded. You can listen to us live next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages.
What animated X-Men character do me and Kelly look like?
I know, right?
Let us know.
Oh, I smell a new poster.
Speaking of, man, big shout out to our buddy Adam for fucking landing a gig designing some NHL throwback mascots, man.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, fucking good for that guy. Like, that dude deserves all of it.
He's doing amazing tattoo work lately too, and dude, I want an Adam Hicks tattoo so bad.
He's close enough that like it's preposterous that I haven't made the trip yet.
Oh,
it's dumb that I'm not done. Like I talk to that guy all the time, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking go. He's like, let's go, and I'm like, I know. Like I think I want him to do my Optimus. Like I don't know what yet, but like I want an Optimus tattoo, and I want him to do it for sure.
I think he'd be into that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, this just in. Breaking news. Black Panther tickets have gone on sale, and John Michael has already bought 3.
Jesus Christ.
Sounds about right.
That thing, do we need to do that? Do we need to buy tickets ahead of time for this fucking movie in New York, you think?
We need to
probably.
We will try our best to see Black Panther, Lee. But it needs to be wait and see because
fair enough. That's fine.
We're dealing with.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go.
We're doing I think probably our best bet might be like Sunday night.
Yeah,
I could be into that.
Yeah, done.
Well, I mean, the show still goes until Tuesday, but those guys leave Monday and Tuesday. But yeah, you got to remember, Jose, this isn't a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, keep that in your mind because I don't want you to wake up on Monday morning and be like, all right, yeah.
Start packing up like, all
Nailed
right,
it.
going on.
Nailed it. Hammered it.
If not, that's fucking fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if we could do it, it'd be great.
Yes. So I wouldn't want us to buy tickets in advance just in case.
Right on. It's all good. So yeah. But nobody else cared about this shit, so let's stop the show.
You know, tonight I'd like to leave us on a quote.
All right.
A quote from the scholar, the poet Nick Gage.
Okay, all right. Let's read from the gospel.
When I win, I go home to my fucking gang and I get fucking hugs.
Jesus Christ.
It's a good gang.
Why not?
Hugs, not drugs, y'all. Hugs, not drugs.
Well, I mean,
okay, fair enough.
How about a little bit of both?
You can probably do both.
Hey, Nick Gage went to jail to get himself off of drugs.
Like on purpose?
Yeah, he was hooked on, I want to say it was heroin. I could be wrong. It might have been crack or something. But he purposely went and robbed a bank and then turned himself into the police so that he'd get locked up so then he couldn't do drugs.
Like in real fucking life.
Yeah.
All right.
Solid.
I mean,
I think the story would be funnier if Nick Gage wanted to go to rehab, so he intimidated Triple H to send him to WWE rehab.
Hey, Paul, sign me to NXT.
I fucking dare you.
I fucking dare you.
Then put me in the Hall of Fame. Put me in the Hall of Fame, bitch.
Gang affiliated.
Jesus Christ. So, for Jason Knize, Jose Guzman, and Kelly Harris, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you fools next week. Night. Love you. Bye.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!